But like there was the thing of vampires burst. Well, there was a vampire who burst into flames. I'm pretty sure that the vampire in that didn't ever go out in sunlight, but she was very animalistic in almost all of her qualities, which was really menacing and really creepy, and was something I personally have never seen from vampire stories before. Not quite that way. Like they sort of say that they're animalistic, but you really see it in Let the Right One In. Both of those are on Netflix Instant Watch, and you should really watch Let the Right One In. It's a great vampire story. And it's a vampire love story, but not the way you think. And it's really great. It has probably the best vampire burning alive thing I've ever seen. But Dark Shadows. So it's really refreshing to see like the original vampire mythology, as cartoonish as it was, to see that again. And there's a scene in it. If you've seen this on TV, you haven't seen this part, but if you've seen it in theaters, you probably have, where he is having sex with, I'm pretty certain, another vampire. And they're like on this wall and that wall and upside down and crashing into things, and when it's over, like the room's a mess. I'm pretty sure that was a poke at Twilight, the fourth movie, the fourth book, when like everything is just demolished. I'm pretty certain that was supposed to be a poke at that. But so there's that, and very similarly, Tim Burton has another movie coming out with Disney that's claymated. If you've seen the short Vincent, it's very much in that style. Or Corpse Bride. It was very much in the style of Corpse Bride, as opposed to, well, it's got a touch of the Nightmare Before Christmas, but closer to Corpse Bride in terms of animation. And it's just a fun movie, and it's for like kids. But I really want to see this because it looks so enjoyable. It's the story of Frankenstein, but it's about a kid whose dog dies, and he resurrects his dog. And it's called Frankenweenie, which I hate the title, but it's not the first time that he's killed a movie with the title, Alice in Wonderland. But I mean, it wasn't as bad as that, but it just looks so fun. So there was that. And then there was Expendables 2. However the movie comes out, I'm only going to say this, but however the movie comes out, and however much money and time they spent, it was worth it for the preview. And Chuck Norris is in it. And, okay, I heard that Arnold Schwarzenegger never says get to the chopper in the first one. And that's only wanted out of the first one. And he doesn't say it. And I was just like, they sort of went it back. Because in the second one, he's like, you know how he says, I'll be back. He says, I'm back. I'm like, alright. And they have Chuck Norris. And they have a chick in there. So, I'm very about the chick martial artist. And then there was the new Batman movie. Now, it looks good. The loudest thing that ever happened in that whole time I was in the movie theater was the end of the Batman trailer because the music was so loud. Because they have that very dramatic music from the 60s. But I'm very confused because I was given to understand from various sources that Johnny Depp was going to be in this movie as the Riddler. And I am not disappointed that he's not in the trailer. Because, and I hope he's not in the movie, because I hate the Riddler character so much. I hate him. And, of course, he was played by Jim Carrey in the movies, which was much worse, but comic books, whatever, I hate the Riddler character. Now, they did do a lot with the Joker character in the previous movie, but the Joker was a great character already, and the Riddler just was excruciating to me, so even if Chris Nolan could do something great with that, I didn't want to see it. And then Johnny Depp, I was initially very reserved about him because he's a very versatile actor. He has run the gamut of acting abilities from Benny and Jim, I'm pretty sure. His original movies, great, or, um, why can I not think of it? You know what it is. It's the What's Eating Gilbert Grape. That's what it is. With Leonardo DiCaprio. He was great in that. He can do very serious, dramatic roles very well. Um, and then he's also gone to like Dark Shadows type territory, and that's great too. But I have never, even when he's been intentionally trying, been intimidated by him. Of course, I'd only seen Heath Ledger in um, the Brothers Grimm movie and 10 Things I Hate About You. So, I mean, I didn't have very much to go off of. But I never would have thought that he would have been intimidating either. And there you go. I mean, you don't even need to say anything about that. So I did turn a little bit more on that because I was like, you can't follow the Joker with Johnny Depp. But I was like, if anyone could really do it, it's Chris Nolan. But the person in the movie, I'm not sure who it was. I don't know who the villain was, and I don't know who the actor was either. So I'm going into this blind. And there's a new female character, and I'm very confused as to if she's Batgirl or if she's Catwoman. And if she's not Catwoman, I have to say right now, how could you not have a female villain when there are so many great female villains in Batman? How could you not do that? But if it is Catwoman, alright. Actually, that was something I was very sad about when I realized Joker wouldn't be coming back, is no Harley Quinn. I like Harley Quinn. The trailer looked great. It's another Batman movie. It's supposed to be the last in the trilogy. But there was this shot of of these three bridges over a river, and it was a very like far back shot, and it sort of takes a moment for it to really dawn on you what's going on, and the pacing of it's really great, and the music editing in it, and everything about the shot was perfect, but the bridges are blowing up, but it's just like, it was really, if you see it, it's great. And from there, going into Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man. Um, Now, of course, I heard that they were rebooting it as soon as the third movie came out of the last series, and it was just like, already, come on. But it's been a while now, and superhero movies having the more serious tone that they've had recently, and the Avengers is not like that, but I think that that's a good thing. Um, they and because I know a lot of people had a lot of problems with the last Spider-Man series, especially the third one, with emo Peter and the dance number and how little Venom there was, and the fact that Venom was played by the dude from that '70s show, which, I mean, not a bad actor, but that's not Venom. The Sandman in that movie was great, though. I really liked that character. Um, they're trying to do it serious, and they're trying to tell a new story. They're not redoing it. They're rebooting the franchise, but they're not redoing the old series. It's not the same. And something that really interested me is that they're talking about his dad. And I'm not a big, like, I don't know that much about Superman outside of the three movies and you know, a few comic books I've read, but I've never heard mention of his dad to the point where I was like, Spider-Man has a dad? Really? So I'm very interested in that. That's great. I'm glad they got a new actor because when Spider-Man came out, I was a kid. So he was the first incarnation of Spider-Man I ever saw. I hadn't read the comics. And so Tobey Maguire just was Spider-Man to me. And then when I grew up older, by the time the third movie came out, I was like, he's not, like, not even from the comic books, but from his character, the way it's scripted, I was like, Tobey Maguire is really weird for Spider-Man. So I kind of like the kid they have. And the movie looks great. The trailer looks great. I like that they don't have any real celebrities in this for the main characters. Like Mary Jane is not Kirsten Dunst type person, and I like it seems a little bit more realistic when they look like real people. You know, it's not a name you already have in your head. something I'm really interested uh, in, in finding out about this is I was thinking about this, and Spider-Man, unlike a lot of other superheroes, is a wimpy nerd. And by this I mean he's a wimpy nerd in real life, and then he puts on a spider suit, and he's still a wimpy nerd. Whereas Captain America, he was a wimp, and then they did all sorts of experiments on him, and then he became super buff. The Hulk was a scientist, and he was exposed to gamma rays, and now he has the Hulk thing. Um, the X-Men all have their X-Men powers. Batman works out, I'm sure. And like even Iron Man, he has a suit, but he's like really he's pretty built. He's Robert Downey Jr. And Spider-Man is a wimp in stature. He's scrawny. So I would think that his fighting style would be more strategic, and it would be a lot more based in sort of a Jackie Chan type fighting style of avoiding the enemy more, and using more spider powers rather than brute force fighting. And I really hope that they do that in the movie. And there was a great shot, and it was filmed for 3D, and I saw the preview in the movie theaters, like outside the theater, like while I was waiting online on TV, and I knew it was filmed for 3D, and then I saw it in 3D, and it was great. If you've seen the trailer, you know what it is. It's the very last shot. But okay, so he's on the building, and there's like a spike on the building, and he's falling, and the spike's falling after him, and he lands on the glass building, and the thing falls like right after him, and there's glass, and there's like debris everywhere, and it looks really cool. Like I was just like, it looks really cool. So there was that trailer, and then there was the Prometheus trailer, which tonally seems like the perfect tonally, not totally, tonally seems like the perfect blend of Alien and Aliens, in that it's filmed and made very much like an action movie, but it seems like it's going to be very tense and very suspenseful, like the first movie. I'm really interested in that. It seems like it's going to be a completely different storyline. I mean, like, it's supposed to be a prologue, prequel, but it seems like it's going in a very different direction than the Alien series, and I think that's great. I think that's going to be very good, and I like that there were a lot of women in it, because that's one of the biggest things about Alien, the Alien series, was Sigourney Weaver, a female protagonist in an action movie about aliens. Like, that was awesome, and now there are a bunch of chicks in it, so I'm very into that. And it looks amazing. I can't wait to see it. And then The Hobbit looks like it's all about Gandalf, but it looks great. I love the Hobbit book. I love the Hobbit cartoon very much. And I'm very excited to see Gollum again. The effects for Gollum are amazing. And that's it for the preview. It's 40 minutes into my video, and I'm just about to get into the movie. But there will be spoilers, probably mass spoilers. So, and most of it is really to just point out things that I saw to people who have already seen it, I hope. If you haven't seen it and you want to know more about it, because I do this too, I'm not, like, I can't really stop you, but, honestly, I think my viewing experience would not have been as good if I knew this much about it going into it. So, that's my 2 cents. If you don't want to see spoilers,